The lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title as City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Lambeau. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Got to do better.
Hey, 133.
Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job, buddy. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He'll return it from the 6. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Love, and he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Let's go.
4th down, Mayfield. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a run with McCaffrey. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Love. And he's got his target. That's more. It's a carry. Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. Well, first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a dump off here complete, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Slam. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Check 3.
Stepping up. He's going to keep it. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple, down to the 19.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch the whip. Check 13. Check 13. Go on. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Yep. I don't think you got it, son. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 68 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Too bad.
I don't don't know about that. Super toe.
11 yards and a Panther first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He's coming. Double up, double up. Five.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We know that Gano has that big leg. He had the longest made field goal in the NFL last year, 63 yards to beat the Giants in Week 4. That was the longest game winner in NFL history, and he converts from long here again. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Flushed out right, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He finds his target. It's Crowder. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
General West. Bravo. Hey, Jet. Be grip.
They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He gets this one to Garcon. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Marr able to put this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Come on now, let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Alert 3, 6-6, pull it high. Slam. Look at me. Go. Say go.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Down. 360 outlaw. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Go. Yo, snap.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, keep it up.
Again, it's Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Gain on the play leads to 3rd and 11.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's make regular. My God.
Mayfield on play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now back to throw. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 23 yards on the play.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are back within a single score. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was pump the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively, put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down now, it's Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check. Real.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Ready.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
This is McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. Room to run again, and he'll be taken down at the 26. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go. 50, plant. 50. Bring it. Go. Hey, seam 6. Hard. Hit it.
They'll drop the throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man is Miller. He's got it. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run with McCaffrey. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On the ground, McCaffrey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it third and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Topper, get it.
McCaffrey. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another first and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. It's caught by Garcon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Mayfield. On the catch, it's Crowder. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Green Bay, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.